Today we're going to talk about a design that has two parts. We're going to talk about pattern and repetition. Pattern and repetition are a super important element of design. When it comes to making a design in art, patterns can be something that are visually exciting and pull the audience into the work. Repetition is a really great way to make an idea stronger. It's also a great way to connect designs that bring together a lot of different elements. Repetition can be done in a number of ways, like repeating same colors, shapes, or other elements. So we're going to start off by writing the definition for repetition. Repetition is pretty simple. Repetition is when you have one element that is repeated. To give you a small example, that's kind of like having a dot, and that dot repeats. It's one element, a dot, and it repeats over and over again. Repetition in design can work in a number of different ways. Having repeating design elements in a composition may not always work the best. It allows for a single point that can be repeated numerous times. It's kind of like if you think about stairs. When you think about stairs, you have one step. Alone, it's one step. But when you repeat that step over and over again, you then get a larger idea. You get a stairway. But repetition's only the first part. With repetition comes pattern. Pattern can have multiple elements and meanings that repeat. It focuses on the same object being repeated, but it also can add more than one element. So let's say a group of elements that can be repeated. In different ways. Let's say I have a red circle, a blue square, and a green triangle. Those things can be repeated again. A red circle, a blue square, and a green triangle. Those can become a little bit crazier though. They can evolve. For example, if I have a single line, I could take a single line and I could take that line and I can repeat it. So I'm creating repetition with one element. And if I repeat that element enough, then I'm left with repetition. Everything is the same, it's one element that repeats. But if I want to, I could start to add some different elements to it. If I add red to every other line, it's now a different element, such as color, but that color is being repeated. So now I have two elements that are creating repetition, line and color. Perhaps I want to do different colors. I still have a pattern of line and color. And you'll notice that my pattern is actually starting over here and going diagonally down. It doesn't always have to be like that. It could be something that starts from the bottom and goes to the top. And we could take and add color to these too. Maybe those colors will change. So this time, I'm starting from the bottom here, and I'm going this way, because my lines get closer and closer. Perhaps I want to do something different, like use circles that repeat over and over again. Again, it's one element, but maybe I can bring in a second element of color. Go ahead and pause your video at any point in here, and you can copy any of the examples I did to show both pattern and repetition. If you have any questions, let me know. If you finish early, you can go back into previous work and get those done.